Good afternoon, everyone. Good evening, good morning, whichever you are. Welcome to Time Out 360. Bonsoir, bienvenue sur Time Out 360. Non pas moi, c'est ingénieur J. Jean-Louis. Et encore une fois, c'est un plaisir pour moi là, ensemble avec nous, après-midi, ce bon après-midi de samedi 19 octobre de l'année 2024. Et n'a pas broadcast en direct sur Internet là, si tu as aller visiter YouTube channel nous, ou capable aller dans Time Out 360 dans YouTube et puis vous êtes capable et suivre nous, ou capable share émission, ou capable like vidéo, and we would love you to do that. We would love you to participate with us because that's the way we get the word out. Today, we have a special guest. I wouldn't even say she's a guest. I would say she is a part of a new breed, and a new breed of leadership in the Haitian community. The young leaders in our community, we need to recognize them. We need to work with them. We need to nurture them. We need to give them guidance. We need to give them resources. And that's what she's here today to share with us. I'm very excited about this event. I'm very excited about this moment. I'm very excited because today we're going to gather a bunch of young Haitian leaders, Haitian American leaders in the Haitian community at 6 o'clock on 2901 West Oakland Park. We're going to have a great event, Gen Z young leaders in action, Gen Z young leaders, how we can bridge the entrepreneurship and civic engagement. This is a discussion this afternoon. Nous comptons que vous là ensemble avec nous, nous comptons qu'on présent et nous comptons que conversation que nous pourrons faire la bénéficier ou même qui attendent nous là, ou même qui sont parents qui attendent nous, ou qui ont un petit monde là qui a 18 ans, ou qui a un jeune adulte là qui a 26, 30, 40, parce que émission ça a bon pour lui, émission ça a aidé nous, pour nous capables aider yo, et je dis nous t'a aimé que ou présent dans événement ça que n'a fait après-midi dans 2901 West Oakland Park Boulevard. Tout le monde capte dans Sunrise, tout le monde capte dans Lauderhill, tout le monde capte dans Fort Lauderdale, tout le monde qui capte dans Broward County, nous inviter pour nous là. Sous nous Miami tout fort là ou pas capable pas là. Nous gagnons un grand invité d'honneur que nous avons gagné ensemble avec nous. Aswayan Gen Z Networking Meet and Greet rendez-vous ça. C'est magistrat notre là-dedans, meilleur Samson Beaujolais. Donc, ou même qui, pour qu'on connaisse qui progrès que nous-mêmes nous fait dans la communauté, ou même qui pas habitué avec officiel haïtien, ou même qui t'a aimé contre qui gens pour bénéficier de grant, pour nous bénéficier de SBA loan, pour bénéficier de investissement qu'il a en place pour aider business à avancer, ou même qui t'a aimé acheter au caille, pour t'a aimé connaître qui ça pour faire pour acheter kala, qui gens a bénéficié de lui, ou gen un petit moun nan kala qui a cherché travail, qui t'a aimé connaître qui gens pour lui préparer lui pour capable faire un bon travail. Today is the day for you. Today is the day for all of us. Please share this live, like it and subscribe to the channel, et n'a content que vous faites ça. Si vous avez rentrer en contact en direct ensemble avec moi, relève 954 714 88 80. 954 714 88 80. Gen Z networking event ça, our young leaders in action, nous t'aimons que vous enregistrez la donne dans Eventbrite, et si que ou pas capable de joindre dans Eventbrite, ou capable relève en direct dans 954 714 88 80. Ensemble avec nous après-midi, you young leader dans la communauté haïtienne, non li c'est Kelly Woodson ensemble avec nous, et nous pourrons faire un dialogue ensemble avec lui, so she can tell us who she is, she can tell us what she's doing in our community, how many things she's involved. Everywhere I go, she's there. So she's very active, and it's a pleasure for me to have her on the platform today. Mrs. Woodson, Kelly, how are you? Welcome to Tamahou 360.
Hi, thank you so much, Mr. J. Thank you for having me here. Bonsoir tout le monde. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much. My name is Kelly Woodson. Like Mr. J said, I am a young leader in the community. You can find me really, truly on Island TV. That's one of the places that you'll see me on with my show On Set with Kelly, where we talk about all of the issues going on in the community and we interview politicians, athletes, business owners, you name it. Anyone can be on the show. So if you're ever interested, please make sure to contact us as well. And of course, being a part of the Haitian American Democratic Club and the Young Leaders Group, we're having this amazing event tonight that I know Mr. J had tapped on, and we'll kind of brace through it as well through the program. But thank you so much for allowing me to be here today.
Miss Kelly, it's a pleasure for me to be here. It's a pleasure for me to have you on the platform. Because most of the time we have parents complaining about the kids, the Gen Z generation. They are they are lazy, they don't have any vision, you probably get girlfriend, they don't want to have boyfriends, they don't want to get married, they don't want to buy a house, they don't want to take any responsibilities, just playing games, they don't want to go out, meet people in the world. Social skills is very poor. So these are lots of complaints that the OGs have.
Yes.
So
many
I
of
can look
those.
at you.
Many of those. Yes.
Yeah, but when I look at you, I don't see that in you at all. So
Oh, thank
energy,
you.
Paula? What gives you that motivation to do all the things you're doing? And talk to me about your show on Island TV as well.
Yes. So, well, the energy, I mean, I think I got it from my mom. I'll be completely honest with you. My mom is the great state representative Marie Woodson, and she is always on the go. And I feel like I definitely inherited that from her, as well as my father as well too. But I think also, I've always been a person where I don't like to sit down much. I know that's not the best thing, but like I just don't really like to sit down as much. Even when it was so funny when I was sick, earlier in the month, that I was just like, like I wish I could still do something. But I just realized that every single day is a blessing to get up and to do what you can. But it is important to take the time for yourself, though. Like you can be busy, but it is important to take a vacation if you can. It's very important to go to the gym, do the things that you like to do, and it's also okay to say no as well if you have too much on your plate, because it can be overwhelming and whatnot. And so, in regards to the question about my show, so my show, yes, it is On Set with Kelly, and the show definitely gears towards, of course, the younger community. We want to reach our younger viewers, but of course, anyone, of course, is always welcome to be on and watch it, because it's important for you to know about the small businesses that are going on in North Miami or Little Haiti or in Broward, who's running in your district, who's the elected officials that are elected in your community. What this Miami Heat player, okay, great, they're a Heat player, but what else are they doing outside in order to make the community a better place, right? So we're giving many people a platform, many people a voice to be heard, because it's important that community is enriched, especially what's going on in our Haitian community. A lot of attacks have been made against us. A lot of things have been occurring, and so we have to recognize all of those in the Caribbean community, especially in the Haitian community, who are doing great work to uplift us. So.
Thank you, Miss Kelly. And I'm going to bring onto the platform Jean-Marie Olivier, because we are co-hosts. We're always there. We cannot miss it on a Saturday.
Yes.
Olivier, welcome to Time Out 360. Thank you for being there.
Well, thank you, Brother Jay. Merci beaucoup, Mademoiselle Woodson.
Hello, how are you? Nice to meet you.
Your mom, many places.
Yeah, yes, I can imagine.
She's active for sure. She's
Yes,
everywhere.
yes, she is. She is.
She's everywhere. You see her all the time, and she even helped out others that are not in her district. So
Yes. That is who she is, and that's what
definitely,
she'll always be. Even if she's, with the day that she says no more politics, she'll still be like that.
community, definitely. But you know, tonight is the night, réellement vrai, et on est bien content to get the youth involved. Et on est bien content que m'a parlé avant tout, mais sauf ça parce que pas plus ou moins été là Island TV. I'm so much in a news junkie.
Yes.
But I will definitely take a look at on your set because especially avec ça, Dieu besoin faire c'est target the youth because is the new generation. So les bons pour nouvelle génération, ils ont nos bagages from the old. C'est pas seulement alors on connaît. Et toujours ancienne génération, c'est la caille, l'église, l'école.
Yes.
Oui, la caille, l'église, l'école.
The 3 L's.
The 3 L's, that's correct. So it's good that you know the old generation will pass on whatever they had built up, they had started. You know, whether it's in business. You know, I myself as an accountant, in Malaysia, so if it is someone in legal society, or the medical field, or any field, whether engineering field, teaching field, it's good to pass along to the new generation that will help the community to be a stronger community, a stronger Haitian American community, because above all, we are still Haitian, whether we're born here, but you know, si mon yo fait de maman, papa haïtien, ou bien depuis qu'il ou maman ou bien papa qui est haïtien, so yo connaît coutume, yo comprend coutume. Et réellement vrai, the Gen Zs, the young leaders, as they call it, the networking event is something that I believe we need to have more often, and to go around the churches and different communities, civic engagement, to have the youth understand what is around them, because it will get, you know, one way or another, it will either
Definitely. Kelly,
have an understanding of it.
Kelly, can you tell me why somebody who's listening to us right now, if it's a parent to come with their children between the ages of 18 and 40, why they should come? If a young Gen Z, a young millennial is listening to us now, pour qui ça yo ta vini nan événement assoya qui a fait dans Joyeuse Restaurant 2901 West Oakland Park Boulevard? Why should they show up tonight?
Yes, that's a great question. You should definitely show up tonight because right now, as you can see, we're in an election year, and a lot of the things that are in the election currently are impacting all of us. You know, when people say that politics is not for me, I don't like politics, and politics is everywhere. You eat a slice of pizza, it's politics, okay? But like politics is somewhere, it just happens. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, this is an event for you to meet people in your community, okay, that are either running or obviously in office. These are ways for you to meet other people who are your age or not even your age, right? But you can still learn from them, to engage in this conversation, to understand that leadership is a step-by-step thing. But with the help of networking, with the help of promoting yourself, you can get to the right goals and the right places that you would like to be at. It's very important that we're focusing a lot on policy engagement, the next generation, how we're focusing on this entrepreneurship, making sure that our jobs and businesses are being taken care of. And quite frankly, that starts with us. You know what I'm saying? That's how we start. That's how the younger generation can move. And so this event, you know, it's not going to be, sometimes people will be like, oh, it's on a Saturday, c'est samedi, we can't have that. No, that's important because it's going to we want to make sure to have this on a weekend where everybody is free. There's no school, there's no job, there's nothing for you to come and enjoy, you know, this time at the restaurant and to enjoy the time to network with us and meet people. And you never know. The thing about these type of events, you never know who you'll meet. You'll never know what you'll learn, and you'll be able to take that back with you on the next week and make a big change.
And I like what you just said, because when you go out there, you go to an event like that, you don't know who's going to meet. You don't know who's going to help you find your next big job. You don't know who's going to help you fulfill your next dream. You, ou même capteur de qui gen un rêve ou ta remè un bon business, ou un rêve ou ta remè un influencer on social media, you don't know what's going to happen because we have quite a few people showing up that have the skills, you gagne connaissance là, and they are willing to help. So please, ou même capteur dem là, si c'est un parent ou gen un petit moun nan kala ensemble avec ou là, 18 ans et 40 ans, vini ensemble avec li dans événement assoya, ou pas regret. Si ou ta remè gen plus détails, ou ta remè joindre qui gens pour inscrit, relais-moi kounya là, dans 954 714 88 80. 954 714 88 80. Ma prétend appel nous parce que jodi nous voulons ba information qui est important à Grant. Nous voulons ba information qui est important à ce cas qui ont ouvert un business, lancer, démarrer dans business. Il y a une série de erreurs que nous-mêmes nous te fait déjà en tant que OGZio. Vous comprenez? Nous pas aimer que ou même ou fait comme une nouvelle génération qui a démarré. Jean-Marie, m'pa connaît si nous comprenons qui ça qu'elle y a essayé faire là soir.
Oh, et on connaît des rencontres pour avec l'autre jeune, permettre que l'autre jeune ou inscription pour démarrer beaucoup plus facile si on a intention de faire et si c'est dans le business réel. Et plus ou moins, les noms comme ça, lui permettent que if anyone has any questions or any doubt about something, les bons pour you connaître que le bon monde trustworthy that they could talk to. On connaît c'est une bagaille qui est pile parfois nous-mêmes la OGZio, nous toujours penser pour nous dire si mon faites attention à Zami, faites attention à Zami. But at the same time, les ou gain quelques amis qui plus ou moins they kind of put themselves in a position where they are mentors, you know, good mentors, you know, they want to see good things for you.
Correct.
You know, and it's very important that we all show ourselves as good mentors, okay, for the new generation. And I think that's one of the things that I would hope that they could look at Miss Kelly to see. I remember your mom mentioned you are part of the young leaders, the young 30s. There was.
I think she received an award or something. Did you receive an award?
Me, I'm trying to remember which one.
30s or something like that.
Oh, for this, I think it was the Silver Knight. Yes. Silver Knight of Miami-Dade. Yes.
Yes. I was telling Brother Jay that. So it's very good that, you know, for yourself, as yourself, and then where you can guide others to participate, you know, how to be, you know, be one of the leaders in the community. So, et pas tout le temps pour attendre, on a un petit monde end up en prison, un petit monde end up en drogue. So, les bons pour nous faire connaître, un petit monde qui fait bon bagage, qui levé, qui vient professionnel, qui levé, qui fait bon chemin, qui fait bon choix. Et c'est ça que nous voulons projeter image ça à qui que ce soit, parents qui attendent. Regardez, si tout le monde n'a fait au faux pas, we welcome them. Et nous voulons que nous là pour nous des guidance que ils ont des façons que vous avez levé tête toujours en communauté. So, et type de bagages ça, les bons pour spécialement bien content que Miss Wilson mettez tête devant pour informer aux nouvelles générations qui ont monté.
Kelly, Miss Kelly, share with me key challenge that ou whether lorsqu'il s'agit de Gen Z ou même qui fait partie de groupe millennial Gen Z, qui challenge que génération ça gagne, qui difficulté, what kind of difficulties, challenges that they are confronting out there?
Oof, that's a list. Sound good list. No, but what I would say off the top of my head, I think that the biggest challenge right now, well, I would say the top three. Let's do top three. One would be mental health. I think that's the biggest one because at the end of the day, a lot of the policies that are enacted into office, whether it be in federal office, local office, state office, sometimes they're not focusing on the mental health of the young generation, right? We need to make sure that we are prioritizing our students and our community to make sure that mental health is important, right? And that we have to work together as a team of young people to say, how in the world are we going to make sure that we don't have any problems, generational curses, or going through our own kids and whatnot in the next future when it comes to mental health. So that's the first one. The second challenge that I would think is that, then it's so important to come to this event tonight, because we will talk about the importance of policy, is affordable housing. Affordable housing is an issue a lot for the Gen Zers, because when my parents were my age, the housing market was a little bit lower. Okay, so you could buy a house, you could do that, and if you were able to save and do what you had to do, right? But nowadays, it's like, no matter how much you save or no matter how much you put away, there's still going to be someone in line, Devon, like in front of you, to be, hey, like, I bought this house in cash, or I did this. So the problem is that I think that we're missing a lot of real estate literacy. We're missing a lot of education on what investment means. What does that mean to buy a house, sell a house, all those different things. And we're also losing hope, because a lot of young people feel as though, well, if I can't buy a house, then I'm just going to rent. And renting's not an issue. That's not an issue. But it does get to a point where you feel as though, okay, let me buy something so I can build credit, so I can build collateral, you know. So that's the second thing that I think is a problem. And the third thing is social media. Social media is a positive, but it can also be a negative because of the way that policies are straying us away from certain things. So I would say those top three would be some challenges for the Gen Zers.
Jean-Marie,
as you state that, Kelly, it's very important, especially the Gen Zs need to understand, as you mentioned, the housing, because you mentioned your parents at the time, they were cheap.
Yeah.
But it's a way to, it's a step up in life, ou commencer au loin. Mais kounya la, it is very important, and that was I would say, when our daughter, my wife, and my daughter was getting married, that's one of the things that we made the decision. If there was a gift that we're going to give her, instead of giving her, let's say, $10,000, $20,000 to spend, we decide to buy the down payment on the house.
Yes.
Because
yes. Whoosh. That's the best gift you can give.
Yes.
And I'm sure she's enjoying it very much, and she's still in there. So, and then help her also to get some city money.
Correct.
So it's all a win-win situation, because in those days, as you mentioned, or as I remember myself, renting was $500. You got 2 bedrooms.
Correct.
That's right.
Nowadays, it is a challenge for the Gen Z, and it's good to get going, because getting married now and to be paying $2,000 a month, it's outrageous.
J'aimerais pendant parler de ça, m'aimerais réellement font parler à ça avec parents qui attendent là, qui des fois j'aime dire dire comment ça m't'a dit Kelly, côté que parents pensent ti moun yo paresseux, ou bien pensent c'est dans joie que veut rester seulement, yo pas veut quitter Kailan. Attendez, nous même en tant que parents nous avons responsabilité. C'est nous qui pour bailler ti moun yo guidance, c'est nous qui pour capable permettre sortir dans shell que y a, c'est nous même qui pour ouais que a confronter série de problèmes pour nous capable dire mais qui gens pour sortir dans problème là. Et il y a un bagage que Miss Kelly saute parler de, il a parlé de mental health. Nous même dans la communauté haïtienne des fois, l'on parle de mental health, nous pensons que ti moun nan fou. Ah pas que ti moun qui fou nan ka la, pas besoin mental health. Non, c'est pas ça ça veut dire. Donc ti moun nan ti goût retirer sous tête li. Nous ti goût pas parler avec moun. Li rete en dans kay. Pas qu'on a qui ça la penser. Sometimes they are on social media. You don't know if they are being bullied on social media. You don't know what's happening. So, on parle de mental health là, pas penser que n'a pas dit ou gen un ti moun qui fou ou ti moun tête pas droite. N'a pas dit tout simplement, il faut que on make sure que ti moun nan li adresser tout problème qui devant with the right mindset. Donc c'est pour ça que à soir nous ta remet là avec ti moun nan que la me dit ti moun nan pas veut dire que ti moun nan son ti bébé lié ou bien 14 ans 13 ans, on parler de jeunes adultes ko gen la kailan ti moun qui sorti dans collège yo petit tout qui a cherché un travail dehors pour ka joindre travail petit tout qui besoin faire business li pas capable ouvrir business petit tout qui marié qui besoin acheter caille Les par contre qui ça pour faire pour l'acheter là côté pour joindre help côté pour joindre help dans down payment s'il pas un parent qui vous balle $25,000 qui vous balle $30,000 pour capable acheter Kailan décidément jodi c'est un moment pour nous participer avec young adults nous yo jeunes nous yo pour capable faire autant d'informations ça yo et capable rencontrer l'autre jeune qui dans même situation ensemble avec yo. Je vais encourager ou même qui sont parents qui attendent là. Relez-moi dans 954 714 88 80 954 714 88 80 parce que nous pas gain pile place dans le restaurant, nous besoin make sure nous connaissons combien de monde qui vini. Donc jeudi c'est à 6 heures que nous avons démarré l'événement Gen Z Meet and Greet Networking. Networking nous veut dire tout jeunes yo ap rencontrer ensemble, nous pourrons parler ensemble, nous pourrons dialoguer ensemble, nous pourrons comprendre problème nous ensemble et nous pourrons porter des solutions ensemble. On pas que tim yo chita en dans là et puis yo pas régler rien et puis nous-mêmes n'a pas jouer, n'a plonger bouche nous matin midi soir. Relève dans 954 714 88 80 954 714 88 80. Kelly, there is something you always repeat. Everything we do has politics into it. How do you define politics? Is politics only the time when I go and run for an office or to be an elected official, or politics is something that's deeper than that?
Politics is 100% deeper than that. Politics is simply you saying, my water pipe is not working. Why? My groceries are too high. Why? My kids are not being how do you say, like being selected for something, or in terms of there's not enough diversity at a school. Why? Politics is everything that we question. And that's why I tell people all the time, it doesn't matter if you're a Republican, Democrat, Independent, or you're not registered to vote, which is another topic that's important. Make sure you register to vote, everybody. But at the end of the day, it's important to understand that the questions that you ask is important for your leaders to listen to. And the thing is that a lot of people think that they have to run for office in order to fix something. That's not the truth. You can join advocacy groups. You can join volunteer groups. You can join a lot of things in order to make sure to understand that politics starts with you. I tell people that all the time. You start with politics and then it goes up further.
I mean, what would you say to a young person qui fait cap quitter collège ou bien qui no travail, just go to work, punch in, have the check every week and then go party? What would you say to somebody like that to get engaged?
What I would first say is that it's lovely that, she has a job, liga en trabajo, that's a great thing, but you can lose it any day. You know what I'm saying? You can lose it. And that's the important thing, to go out and vote. Because when you vote, and make sure to vote for the right people, you can make sure that you have job security. You can make sure that you can have a pension. You can, if you're a teacher, to make sure that you are advocating for teachers' rights, that way that they have tenure in order to be able to sustain themselves after their jobs. At the end of the day, it's great to go to school, go home, go work, and that's it. But you have to be engaged in your community, because there's probably things at your job that you don't like. There's probably things at your school you don't like. There's probably things, there's probably friends of yours that are doing things that you don't like. So you have to make the decision in order to say, you know what, I'm going to get involved. And you don't have to get involved in 20 things. Everybody thinks that you have to get involved in several thousand. No, if you find something that you're passionate about, go and get involved with that.
Jean-Marie, ça moi mes réponses là, Jean-Marie, parce que là ouais que un jeune tant que Kelly comprendre importance pour faire voir sortir, importance là pas d'accord avec un bagage, pas juste accepter lui, mais faut parler, et de pour parler, c'est politique. Et même l'on accepte ou pas parler à tout, c'est politique lié tout.
Oui, c'est ça, parce que les comprendre que politics is involved in everything that we do around us. So, au pas cacher de politique, and it's good to understand and to learn, to research what we are about to embark, que ce soit ça la fait. Et on connaît, gens que nous vivons la société, il faut qu'on comprenne la société parler ou l'autre monde défini pour comprendre, faut qu'on s'en voulait et comprendre le chemin sur à faire, comprendre, nous connaissons un moment d'innocence que nous ne pas comprendre. Quand on est adulte, nous ne pas arrêter dans l'innocence, hein, ou bien que nous ne pas comprendre. Il faut que nous toujours, et autant qu'a dit, faire recherche pour nous comprendre what is around us. Et bien content, que les dix bagailles et politique là, la vie de journaux et tout ça, ouais, for somehow get involved. You know, et comprendre. Au cas bien décidé.
Miss Kelly, pour bien décider, quel type de recherche pour faire? Est-ce qu'il y a côté plus ou moins qui a aidé jeunes, parce que qui a aidé un monde en cours? Parce que moi, remarque que YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, c'est là que la majorité des jeunes joignent information. Est-ce que l'information accurate? Est-ce que c'est bon? Are there good information that people can rely on?
It depends. It depends. I always say it depends. The positive thing about, I would say, Instagram, I don't know about TikTok, but I would say about Instagram is that Instagram has a feature now that it blocks fake news. So any news that is like incorrect or fake, it's going to block that and completely just wipe that out. TikTok will kind of show you in real time exactly what is going on. So, for example, if Kamala Harris came to Miami and did a rally, you're going to see a lot of lives. You're going to see a lot of live streams, all those different things. Any rallies that she had, you're going to see that on there. But it's just important that you look at websites that have .org, or you have websites that have like .gov, different things like that, because that will show you the quality of the news. It will show you the quality of the information that is there. And it's also just important to know that you cannot believe everything. But if it is very questionable and you have questions about it, it's important to call your elected officials and get the answers on that. You have to take social media as something, you have to tread it with a grain of salt. You have to do that because sometimes it's correct and sometimes it's not. So you have to really know,
I mean, when I was growing up, and it's still now, I relied on newspapers. I either go to the library, check out the latest newspaper, the magazine. I look on TV, like the major cable channels. I'll listen to my local news to be able to get a feel of what's going on, get a feel of what's true or what's unreal. But with social media, somebody can be anywhere in the world and vet out a news qui pas réellement vrai. And sometimes I feel like the new generation reacts a lot by emotion. For example, I've seen people reacting to the way Trump is. They say, we like him because he's strong. He's forceful. Like lots of young men like the way Trump is, because he shows aggressivity. So I mean, I know you're a young, beautiful female, but what do you find attractive with a strong man? What is a characteristic for you of a strong man?
That's a good question. Of a strong man, I think it's someone that can take accountability. Because, for example, you use the nature of Trump. And there's some men my age, right? I'm 24. So there's some men my age who are saying, hey, well, love Trump. He's great, amazing. And I'm not telling anybody to vote for a specific person on here. That's on now off of here. Yes, I will say that. But what I will say is that to me is not holding yourself accountable, because you know that certain things that he says and that he does is not for the rights of women, it's not for the rights of yourself, right? It's not for the rights of anyone. So for me, a strong man would be someone that can understand when right from wrong and accountability. Because at the end of the day, we can't be blind to know that when people are bigots or people who are not treating people correctly, you can't be blind to that. I tell people all the time, this is beyond politics. This election cycle is beyond politics. It's coming down to the point of character and humanity. So if you're a strong man, I hope you will take the accountability to know that this isn't correct.
That's a good way to define it, because you have to be accountable for your actions. You gotta, what is right, and what is wrong. You should be strong enough to say that is not right.
Correct.
And that's not what we're seeing today.
No, at all, at all. If I went on TikTok right now and pulled up videos for you of people interviewing people in the streets and some of the things that my people of my age are saying, I'm appalled.
Wow.
Appalled.
You know, I understand the social media aspect, which is one. En pile bagay wè la social media, pour yo faire propagande, you know, to get the hate.
Yeah, so they can get the viewership.
Yes.
Viewership, you know. They kind of put something extraordinary, you know, they have to put something wow, you know.
Exactly. They want the attention. That's what they want. They want the attention, the viewership, you know, comic, all that stuff. Yeah.
By the way, Miss Kelly, what time you on Island TV?
So it'll air on Fridays at 9:30 p.m. Eastern, and then Sundays at 9 as well, 9 p.m. Eastern. Yes.
Okay, that's great. And then the show is called Kelly on the Set?
On Set with Kelly. Yeah. But
On Set with Kelly.
Yeah.
Kelly.
On Set with Kelly, yes.
Wonderful. I'm very proud of you, Kelly, of the work you're doing, your engagement in the community. And tout le monde captant de nous là, mes amis, nous supposons supporter un monde tant que Kelly, qui est jeune haïtienne, qui a fait un pile travail dans la communauté, qui est sorti dans chaîne, il a seulement 24 ans, et a déjà une télévision show par lui, il a fait un pile activité dans la communauté, mais que nous capables de supporter, nous capables de venir la soirée, venir parler ensemble avec, venir prendre conseil, venir prendre expérience, venir, les jeunes, oui, à 24 ans seulement, mais vous si vous avez haïtien qui dit, l'âge, qui je m'en dit, Jean-Marie, m'quoi dit comme ça que ou pas besoin de gagner l'âge pour capable be great. So vous comprenez, donc nous pas c'est pas l'âge qui est important, c'est expérience, c'est ça que il a accumulé, on est capable de share ensemble avec nous à soir. Donc venez dans l'événement à soir et c'est dans joyeuse caribéenne créole cuisine que n'a fait li, c'est 2901 West Oakland Park Boulevard, nous dans suite A20, ou même qui sont parents captants de là, parce que la majorité des fois, c'est parents yo, qui tendent des radios haïtiens, si moun yo pas tant des radios haïtiens, jeunes yo pas tant des radios haïtiens, ou même qui sont parents captants de là, ou gen un neveu, ou gen nièce, ou gen un voisin, ou gen petit ou voisin, qui est capable, dans l'âge 18 ans, à 40 ans comme ça, qui rentre dans la société américaine, qui est capable de voter, qui est capable de participer, d'encourager ou faire connaître événement ça après-midi à 6h tapant dans joyeuse caribéenne créole cuisine 2901 West Oakland Park Boulevard suite à 20 magistrat Samson Beaujolais ensemble avec nous, n'a pas différents autres guests qui a parlé nous de grain, qui a parlé nous de qui ont capable commencer un business. Rappel là nous cap commencer business, nous voulons commencer business là, Jean proverbe haïtien dit graisse cochon cul de cochon. Nous pas capable faire comme ça. Gen série de cob que l'état ba ou pour commencer business là. Gen comme ça ou pas besoin remettre yo, c'est grain yo yé. Ou gon business sur struggle ensemble avec lui, vinn chercher conseil nan men nous comment nous capable aider ou. Donc Jean-Marie me connaissait un comptable Jean-Marie ou kon bagay ça ou bien, dans mes parents qui a tande nous là ou ba au conseil pour jodi an, puis relé nous dans 954 714 88 80 954 714 88 80 puis on venir rencontrer avec nous avec jeune adulte yo dans joyeuse caribéenne créole cuisine.
Oui, c'est ça, ingénieur. Alors, aujourd'hui, il est très important pour nous de connaître. Et l'on parlait de comptabilité. Pour l'homme, on va faire business pour connaître. Il y a toujours dit de tax consequences. Vous comprenez? Parfois, on est nos mêmes jeunes, en pilant nous lever en Haïti, nous faire business. Bon, depuis nous faire âge, il a fait pas de la dégager. On a fait l'État. Par rapport ici aux États-Unis, des mots pour business, on connaît des méthodes comme ça qui est pendu là, il faut vous joindre par là.
Yeah, Uncle Sam is waiting for its share.
Bon, ici, tonton, ça m'attend. On va aller bien content qu'on a fait effort, c'est ça qu'il faut faire. L'eau est au bon l'argent, pensez bien. yo aidé, yo commencé pour pas de problème, difficulté, mais au contraire, c'est aidé pour aller aider l'État. Oui. Parce que là, on va payer taxes, c'est aider l'État. Vous comprenez? Parce que on doit avoir l'État, il faut 10, 15, 20, 25 000 dollars pour commencer le business. Et c'est un projet et un candidat pour président.
Le projet Kamala Harris.
L'homme est comme ça, qui doit commencer au papier peut-être fait mal, mais on est bientôt, on va payer taxe, ça veut dire comme ça, on va tout impact. Regardez, on va payer 25 000 dollars, ça, que on va avoir, on va besoin de retourner, on va payer même 100 fois la valeur, parce que il y a une taxe définie, on va la communauté, on va la city, on va la county, on va la maquette, tout ça, l'argent embrassé. J'en ai qu'à dire en bon créole, l'argent embrassé dans la communauté, tout le monde a fait comme, tout le monde a vécu.
Oui, oui.
Parce que il y a juste besoin que vous faites bien. Vous comprenez? Parce que là, en bataille, nous-mêmes, la caille, on peut en bataille. Par contre, est-ce que Kelly comprend en bataille là?
When people are doing business and they don't want to go legit.
Yes, I've heard that.
Yeah, that's why you have to be so bataille. Oui, Kelly, can you tell me why is it important for somebody young like you to know who's the mayor in her city, who's the commission, who are the commissioners? Why is it important to know who's your state representative, who's your U.S. your state senator, who's your U.S. congressperson, who is your U.S. senator? Why is it important for those individuals? You need to be aware and know who they are.
It's extremely important to know who they are because there are certain things that people think that they can't fix, but they realize that, like, as long as you have the help of someone that you know within the community, for example, like whether it be a councilman, whether it be a commissioner or state rep, etc., they can help gear those things. For example, I work a lot in education, and a lot of the students that we work with, a lot of times there needs to be grant funding for the organization, right? So if I didn't know the commissioner or the councilman in my community to help me out with the grants and making sure that the city is being funded and our organization is being funded with the city, then that would get me, in a little bit of a pickle because it's difficult for us to handle the money, right? When you work in nonprofits, you work in organizations, it's important that you have grant funding from the local level in order to get the work done. Another example, perfect example is like parks and recreations. There's a lot of things that happen at parks, whether it be like a park that has a lot of trash or whether it be a park that has, a swing that is broken. So you can call up your elected officials and say, hey, there's a swing that is broken. There's a lot of trash in here. How can we best make sure that the park is safe and clean for the kids? So there's so many different examples as to why you have to know your elected officials. But it's honestly, it's not even just the fact of knowing them. It's also on the elected officials' part to make sure that they are getting back to you, whether it be themselves or their staff. It's very important that a lot of people, they run for positions. And unfortunately, I have seen people run for positions and not always uphold what they promised that they were doing in the campaign. They win the campaign, they get into office. You just don't hear. You don't hear from them. Like, it's like you don't hear from them. You don't hear their staff. You don't hear nothing. It's important that if a constituent is calling you, emailing you, or texting you, or whatever, you might not be able to get back to them that day. That's perfectly fine. But someone or you needs to get back to them 24 to 48 hours after, because it might be important. You need to hear the people who voted for you.
J'aimerais qu'il y ait un bagage que Miss Kelly dit là que nous devons faire accentuer avec vous, because you are in the evangelical world. Il y a un pile pasteur nous qui besoin d'aide pour l'église, qui besoin de grant, qui besoin d'aide. Mais il pas même compte qui est qui magistrat dans zone là. Il pas un commissionnaire ville là. Il pas connaître quel monde qui dans politique et pourtant il besoin de grant pour capable aider yo avec on dit after school. On dit vous voulez aider jeunes dans l'église là puis capable parler driver dans la rue à dans drogue. So how come these pastors don't know who are the elected officials?
Alors, what I believe can happen, get a pastor qui engage. They may know who are the elected officials, but you just engaging sur le plan politique, parce que yo voulait qu'il y ait une distance entre les choses religieuses et les choses politiques. Parce que on connaît. Eh bien, je reconnais là une bataille politique, que côté ouais, et organisation est obligée de faire une rencontre avec les hommes et les femmes évangéliques dans la communauté, parce que ou besoin voyons et ouais, à l'époque, là, nous faisons rencontre là, c'est ouais, qui pas open, qui pas participer, qui est utilisant, bon, c'est nous-mêmes qui pour éviter que, on a dit, rentrer dans différentes églises et faire des rencontres avec ces hommes et ces femmes de Dieu. Parce que même il y a une communauté devant eux, il y a un ensemble devant eux qui a dirigé. Et c'est un facteur qu'on a dit, en pile dans eux, utilisant retentissant pour engager
Oui.
le monde politique. Vous comprenez que parfois, au Vinois, il doit venir un développement qui n'est pas engagé. Vous comprenez? Et tout ça vient permettre que nous-mêmes, là, sont une bonne activité qui va permettre de nous faire et pour nous montrer Pasteur Sayo et ses bergers que il faut pour nous éduquer, et c'est ça qu'il faut parfois.
Oui.
L'église haïtienne, pour jeunes élevés comme Miss Kelly là, pour au final là, l'université là, ils tournent, pas tourné dans l'église haïtienne.
Exactement.
C'est manque d'engagement ça, parfois qui fait, et nous, l'église américaine même, que noir que blanc, they are engaged.
They are engaged. Miss Kelly, tonight we have a wonderful event tonight. You are part of it. You are in the mix of it.
Yes.
And I'm so happy that you do. And we have a superb guest, Mayor Magistrat Samson Mojelin, qui vient parler de l'expérience qui vient parler ensemble avec nous dans jeunes, ou même capteur de là, ou même qui sont haïtiens, qui sont maman, qui sont papa, qui sont mon oncle. Prends Timoun yo, 18 à 40 ans, nous voulons venir prendre nouvelle là. Nous voulons venir tendre, nous voulons venir engage, nous voulons venir parler avec nous. Nous pas capable de travailler du comme ça et pour gagner un business. Ou grand moun oui, ou un business si moun dit li pas te cover business là. Ou un restaurant, si moun pas vle te cover restaurant. Ou gagner un dry cleaner, si moun pas te cover. Ou gagner un garage, si moun pas te cover. Tout ça c'est parce que nous pas éduquer ti moun yo, nous pas montrer comment yo capable de travailler ensemble avec nous, joindre bon grain. Et nous même peut-être pas nous en tant que parents, en pile là dans nous pas prendre conseil dans mes ti moun yo.
Alors,
no, I'd like to ask Miss Kelly that. We don't have much time left, Jamari. I'd like to ask Miss Kelly that. Miss Kelly, how do you communicate with your mom? Because I see you guys are really two good partners. How valuable is your advice to your mom?
Oh, it's more of her, honestly, her advice to me. Honestly, my mom, she's my best friend. Like, I really, as you get older, I went away for college. I went to Catholic University in DC, but I went to St. Thomas Aquinas High School. So I was in Fort Lauderdale forever, and then went to DC and then came back. And I think, me leaving, it made us even stronger. She is such a strong person, but I don't even want to use the word strong. She is just such a resilient person. And she has helped me so much through my journey along the way. And she just never gets tired. Like, my mom, she doesn't drink coffee. Like, I don't understand. I really don't get it, because I am the first person in the house to make coffee every morning. But she just is so energetic, and she wants to help people. And I think, anytime I come to her asking for advice, whether it be about just life or leadership, she just knows what to say. She knows what to say, and she knows how to do it, and she knows how to help people. So I'm just very grateful for my mom. Literally do not know what I would, that's very cliche, but really do not know what I would do without her. And my dad is another perfect example. They're both are just great examples to me in leadership, and I hope to be just like them at their age and more.
Merci, Monsieur Dissa. Thank you for saying that. Et pour parents captain de là, l'important que nous-mêmes nous encadrement by Timounio. C'est pour ça que ça m'a encouragé nous pour nous relayer m'kounia là dans 954 714 88 80 954 714 88 80 relais et venir participer dans événement ça Gen Z networking meeting, meet and greet networking. Ça veut dire nous avons rencontré l'autre, si nous avons rencontré l'autre, nous-mêmes parents, nous apprendre à connaître si nous avons apprendre des amis devant nous, nous avons communiqué avec l'autre. Ou même capteur de encore relève, inscrit immédiatement dans Eventbrite. Immédiatement dans Eventbrite, Gen Z Young Leaders, Entrepreneurship and Civic Engagement.
Yeah, Eventbrite, where you tap Young Leaders, et you can monter, you can enregistrer, et you can follow us on Tama 360. Alors, pour Gen Z, depuis vous parler de social media, YouTube, bon, you follow ça.
Encore mon téléphone pour parents yo, si nous avons problème pour communiquer à Timoun yo pour nous capable encourager au venir à soya, téléphone moi c'est 954 714 88 80 954 714 88 80 et n'a une joyeuse caribéenne créole cuisine dans 2901 West Oakland Park Boulevard Suite A20. Et Miss Kelly, I give you 20 seconds to close the show for me today.
No, thank you so much, Mr. J and Mr. Jean-Marie, for having me. I really appreciate it. Please, everyone, come tonight. Vini, tout parent, tout timoun. We need you guys. We need you to be there to know about civic engagement policies, to know about the entrepreneurship. It's going to be a great event. Vini, please. Thank you so much for having me. And vote. Make sure to vote, okay? Go out and vote.
Starting Monday.
Exactly. Thank you so much. Okay.
Share and subscribe to Tama 360. Like, share, and subscribe to Tama.